This is Radio Leamington Together.
Hello, this is the first in an irregular series of podcasts entitled What Would Dr Jephson Say? With me, Beattie.
And me, Sid, from Leamington Together.
So, as many of you are already aware, the relocation of the WDC HQ to Covent Garden involves the selling of the Riverside site for housing. So, what are the problems associated with this, Sid?
Well, Beattie, there are quite a number of problems. First of all, of course, none of these new dwellings will meet the need for new social and affordable houses in the district. 100% of them will be private flats for sale at the market rate. Now, council planning policy says that 40% at least should be affordable.
But Sid, don't we need new homes in Leamington?
Well, very much so, Beattie, of course. But given that the fact is that 170 of these new flats will be crammed onto the Riverside house site, when only 100 were projected in the local plan, and there's a clear case of overdevelopment. So this overdevelopment will of course mean an increase in traffic and the number of vehicles coming into Leamington and into that particular site. And what it also means is that because they are unaffordable houses, there is an element here of social cleansing as well, where people who can't afford the market rate are only able to afford to live in areas outside the town centre.
Wow, Sid. So we're talking about 170 new flats on the Riverside site, plus I think another 50 at Covent Garden. So that's 220. And I gather that these are not family dwellings. So we could be talking about 400 cars for 400 people around that. So that's increased pollution. And isn't there something to do with Section 106 contributions? What's that all about, Sid?
Well, that's the contribution a developer should pay for any development of this kind. Now, council planning policy says about £3 million is expected from a development of this nature, but almost no contribution will actually be made. And that's a contribution that should be made, for example, to schools, hospitals and roads.
So, Sid, we're talking about no affordable housing in direct contravention of the council's own policy, an increase in pollution and traffic, and no contribution to infrastructure. My goodness me, what would Dr Jephson say?
Well, Beattie, I think it's safe to say that Dr Jephson would not be amused.